Okay, in the last video we learned about roles, how to install roles from Galaxy, etc., and use inside the playbook. So you learned how to define the roles path. So inside the ansible.cfg, so we had to use roles path and mention the roles directory. So we have this roles directory here where we are going to install the roles, etc. Now we install this gearlink.git role using Ansible LLC command, and actually it's downloaded from the internet, and copied this here. Now we are going to learn how to create our role in this video. If you are new to this YouTube channel, please subscribe, and you will see all the videos in Ansible series here. And also try to practice, create your own lab and practice it. We have a video for how to create this Ansible lab and practice it. So refer this repository for the playbooks. So if you have any question, you can just ask in the comment box, or just refer the playbook and adjust your playbook as needed, so you will learn it. So let's create our own role in this video. Now I want to install I want to create a role for deploying Nginx or HTTPD. So in our case, we have a playbook here which is installing HTTPD, firewall, all those things. What I am going to do, I will go inside roles, then I am going to use a command. So I am inside, I want to create the role here. So Ansible Galaxy, then init. If you don't have internet connection, you can use -offline, then create the role name. So I create my role name called my web. Okay, this is my role name. You can use anything, but do not conflict with the existing role name, so it won't be available. Okay, there is a my web role created. Now we will see. Okay, there is a directory tree my web. See, the Ansible Galaxy already created the directory structure and the dummy files or the template inside. All are blank, but yeah, it's already created. What are the items? We can keep the directory or remove if it's not needed. The important one is the task and the main. If you don't have variable, you can remove it. If you don't have files, you can remove it. If you don't have templates, you can remove it. Okay, now what we are going to do, we have to convert this playbook, right? So what I'm going to do, cp site.yaml to roles, then I want to put inside the task. So my web task main.task. So this is my the main.yaml is already there, but I am going to overwrite because it's blank. Okay, now roles my web task main.yaml. So we are going to edit this one. Okay, for the role we don't need this, we just need the task. Now I don't need this indentation, so what I'm going to do, I use a visual block here until here maybe, and delete it. So I don't need that indentation. So I have first task install HTTPD and firewall, then the second task is here, third task is here. Yeah, it's pretty much same thing, but here I don't need this. Okay, sorry. So what I'm going to do, I have the task only here, and I am going to execute this. So we have cp site.yaml. Okay, we will say my web.yaml, my web.yaml. So we are going to, we just take a copy of site.yaml. I don't want to type, I'm a little lazy. Here I will remove all this. I don't need all this stuff because everything I put inside the role. Okay, so I can call either roles, but I want to use include role in this example. Okay, so here I have the first task, here name my web role. So I need to use the include role. What is the name? So include role is a module where you can include the role. So you can directly, instead of calling directly, I need more control, so I'm using this module to include the role. So I put like my web is my role, then that's it. So the remaining same. So okay, so we will use like, we can Ansible Galaxy role list. Okay, we have Gearling which we have downloaded, and my web, the version is not there. If you want to check the version thing, we can like edit like roles, my web, meta, main.yaml. So we have these options like, okay, order, I can put like my name, maybe we put the ops, then company, you can put description, you can put what this role will do, minimum Ansible version, you can put okay 2.9, then you can put the version also. Usually this version information and all, if you are using it for multiple versions, of course you put the platform, like okay, it's supporting on Fedora 25 or RHEL 7 or 8 like that, okay, if you are testing. So we are not going to do that. Now I am going to execute the playbook, my web.yaml, and see how it will work. See, it's including the role. So we just call the role from our main playbook and it will execute. Okay, there is some error, sorry, name of service not known. Okay, I know this issue. So my web dot, here I have to put some meaningful URL. Here I put like a node 1, so you don't need this thing. Okay, execute again to make sure it's working. So this is how you can create a role and include. Now we will try something more in detail. So everything we put inside the task. Let's say I want to include the handler thing. So what I will do, cat, then roles, my web tasks, main.yaml. Here I have few tasks like HTTP enable, running firewall D enable. This task I want to push to a handler. So what I have to do is I have to create a handler for this one. So we are going to copy this cp main.yaml to roles, my web, handlers, main.yaml. So in the task main.yaml, I will delete this. I need this to be run from handler. So what I have to do, once I install HTTPD and firewall, I have to notify. If you remember the handler, how handler work, you can directly do this. If you have a question, just see the video and see how we can use this. So I want to notify restart HTTPD. So this HTTPD restart service also I am going to move to a handler, so I don't need this. Okay, so I have only 3 tasks here. One is to install HTTPD, enable firewall permission, and yeah, so what I have to do here, I will do one thing like notify restart HTTPD, restart firewall D. Okay, here I'm going to call both restart. Okay, even you know, right, even we call it multiple times, the handler will be executed only once. So I'm calling here and I'm calling here. So we'll see how this will work. Now we have to clean up the handler, my web tasks, handlers, main.yaml. So I told handler also we don't need to mention it's a handler because whatever inside the handler directory is handler. So I remove this. Yes, I need this one, but the name should be restart firewall D. So I have to look like firewall D. and I put this command as restarted, and this one no need. This is my HTTPD, so restart HTTPD. So the name should be same when you call the handler, and status is restarted. I don't need this. Okay, you have two handler, and here you are calling these two handler from your main task. That's it. We didn't tell where the handler is. It's automatically taken. Correct? Now we are executing the playbook. We will see if any error. Good. See, now we see the three roles my web. So we have a task file, and this task file is calling two handlers. So that handlers are inside the handlers / main.yaml. This is how the role works. Let's say I have one more example. So inside the main, I want to use the variable. So I don't know the variable names. I put like HTTPD, or maybe we call web underscore package. Okay, and here I put firewall underscore package. Okay, so instead of telling web HTTPD and firewall packages, maybe I can use other firewall packages, or maybe I can use Nginx, something like that. So I want to use a variable, so the users can use any kind of package for this one. So I don't want to hard code it. So how to use this? So what I'm going to do, I have this variable, but it's not defined anywhere. The playbook will fail. So what I'm going to do, roles my web, then defaults main.yaml. I'm going to declare it here. So I put like a web underscore package HTTPD firewall underscore package firewall D. So I have defined this variable here. We'll try now. So it will use the variable, because I didn't tell where the variable is defined. It will automatically take from the task default YAML, or it will take from the variables file. Okay, now I want to try with Nginx. For example, it will fail sometimes. So what I'm going to do, vim our my web, this is our main playbook. Here I am going to use a variable was web underscore package. I want to try Nginx. It will fail because HTTPD is already installed. So what we will do, we'll go here. Here I will use something like, okay, sudo yum remove HTTPD. Okay, I don't have HTTPD on node 2. We will do the same for node 1. Sudo yum remove. You can use Ansible, but I forgot that one. HTTPD. So we don't have a HTTPD installed on both, so the port is free now. Otherwise, it will show error when you start Nginx Pros. So I use web package and Nginx, but I want to put like web underscore service, because right now we hard coded the service also. So I have to do like roles my web defaults main.yaml. Here I want to put web underscore service. So my web service is HTTPD now, default one. So roles my web. So inside the handlers you have a hard coded this one, so it won't work because you put restart HTTPD. So it should be restart web service, correct? And the name should not be hard coded. Instead it should use like web underscore service. It can be HTTPD, it can be Nginx, correct? So it's done. Even you can replace the same thing with the firewall. Instead of the firewall, you can use like another UFW or something like that. Now we change the name of the handler. So I want to use like roles myweb task main.yaml, and here the name is web service. Here also, because it can be Nginx or okay. Now we told in the main playbook we use Nginx as a package and Nginx as service, but inside the roles if you don't put the variable, what will happen inside the myweb default, it's a HTTPD. I think we have to update one more thing, like roles myweb task main.yaml. okay, here okay, now we have dynamic options, like we can call Nginx or HTTPD, and firewall package also we can define, and also we can have a web service which will be Nginx or HTTPD. But here there is an issue, because we mentioned to use service HTTP, because when it's Nginx it will fail, because you open port for HTTPS, but Nginx will not work. So you have to use like port, and default port is 80, and the protocol is TCP, and that's it. So we have to use this instead of service. Now Ansible playbook myweb.yaml. So it's calling the role. Okay, permit HTTP service, the name we have to change it. Testing, all good. Yes. So can use a call node 1 is using Nginx now. Node 2 is using Nginx. Okay. Maybe we can try with HTTP again, same role. We are not going to change anything inside the role. So what you have to do, Ansible nodes, then minus yum minus a name Nginx state. Oh sorry, it should be, so I'm going to remove this Nginx which is already installed. I want to try with HTTPD. So name equal to Nginx state equal to absent. I have to give minus b, I forget that one. So I have to use the minus b become, and it should remove. So there is no Nginx. Curl node 1, it failed, nothing there. So inside my web, so this is how you can use a role. I'm not going to tell to use Ansible. I'm not going to use variable, so it should use the default one inside the role. So without changing the role, still I can make it work. Ansible playbook myweb. See it's installing or not. Okay, no error. Now you want to go and check whether it's installed HTTPD or Nginx. Okay, sudo yum list installed HTTPD. Great. Nginx, no, simple. So you know how to override the variable. Maybe I will edit this here. Okay, and I can add tasks like remove Nginx if there is, if exists, like that. Great. I will do something like one task here. Remove existing package. So I don't need to do this again. Yum name. I will do something like I name HTTPD and Nginx state absent. Now I told Ansible to use Nginx. So before installing Nginx, it will remove HTTP nginx if exist. So I use the same playbook. So it will remove if the package exists, and it will install whatever the package we needed. Good. Now it should be nginx, so we will check here. Yum list. Yes, nginx is there. HTTPD not there. So that's it for the roles. You can explore more by adding more content into the template. So you check the template video we have done earlier, and you can create templates inside the roles and use that. So you don't need to mention the path. Ansible will understand, okay, this is a template which we are referring from the same role level, so it will automatically detect the template file or files or the variables, everything from the roles subdirectories. Okay, that's it for the roles. Please do practice, and if you have any questions, ask in the comment box. I will try my best to reply on that one. Thank you for watching. See you next time with another video. Bye.